Coming from CNBC, how a small Israeli startup was linked to rogue AI hacks at OpenAI, Anthropic, and Meta. I do have to say, at certain points in time, I do actually start to feel a little bad for Israel. This is probably not the time for an Israeli technology company to be blamed for massive AI hacks in the United States. It's probably not a good time for Israel to be blamed for felonies being committed in the United States. But don't worry, everybody out there. I am sure nobody is going to be prosecuted for the crimes that were committed. But anyways, I think this is kind of an interesting story outside of the whole Israeli thing. The fact that it's Israeli is just so 2026. That is chef's kiss for 2026. But other than that, I think is actually quite irrelevant. I just thought that was kind of funny. But what I think that's interesting about this is that when we look at artificial intelligence, one of the things I talk about is when people discuss AI, they're normally talking about models, right? Language models or reasoning models or whatever else. And one of the things I keep trying to point out to people is that the overall architecture for an AI system requires a number of different types of technology systems. You need storage systems, you need record systems, you need user interfaces, you need caching systems, you need all of this stuff comes together in order to create this thing that we call artificial intelligence. I think what is getting left out of the conversation when we talk about these large AI companies, when we talk about companies like Anthropic and OpenAI, even Microsoft and that type of thing, is that one of the things that gets left out of the conversation is all of the vendors that they use. And regardless of how much you may trust Sam Altman at this point in time, can't imagine why you would, but let's just say you actually do trust Sam Altman. One of the big concerns out there is, can you trust all of their different vendors? And this is one of the big things I bring up with the whole idea of artificial intelligence being sold like a utility. So Sam Altman wants you to purchase intelligence services the way you purchase water or electricity or sewer services or whatever else. The idea is that there's one centralized provider of intelligence, and then you are just able to access it on some kind of metered rate. And so one of the things to be thinking about there, like one of the things that I argue, is this whole question of, do you trust Sam Altman? Fundamentally, when you look at Sam Altman's history, that you can Google search, when you look at all the things that Sam Altman has done, or, has been accused of doing, do you trust a company led by this person, right? And that is the first thing to be thinking about. But one of the other things to be thinking about is, do you trust all of their vendors? So one of the big things we've seen with cybersecurity attacks recently is where the main company, right, the company that you think you're dealing with, they were actually not compromised. Their security was fine. The issue is they were using a third-party vendor for API services or whatever else, and that third-party vendor was compromised, and then all hell broke loose. And I think that's going to be one of the things that's going to start pushing more companies to start looking at using artificial intelligence locally, just with the concept of that they know what they're getting. Right? Even if they're not getting the frontier, even if they're not getting the quote unquote best, you can build a system and you understand how all of this stuff works together. You understand how leaks may happen. You're able to actually have real cybersecurity systems and all of that kind of stuff, where you can't necessarily have that when you're using third-party providers such as Anthropic or such as OpenAI. And so what we're looking at here is OpenAI, Anthropic, and Meta farmed out testing of their models to see what these models were able to do to this Israeli startup company. And apparently this Israeli startup company was a fucking failure, a fucking miserable, disgraceful, it would appear grossly negligent failure that allowed these models to go and commit felonies against other companies. And I think it is kind of an interesting thing to be thinking about. Again, where does the liability for the main company end, and where does the liability for the vendor begin? Also, one of the things to think about is reputational damage, right? I have just been dogging on OpenAI just constantly since we learned learned that they committed the felonies against all of these different companies. And now imagine that. Imagine all the reputational harm being done to OpenAI, right? They don't have the institutional knowledge to be able to even control the agents that they're creating. They want you to hand off all of your systems to their artificial intelligence, and they can't be bothered to make sure that their AI systems work to begin with. Think about all this reputational harm that's been done to OpenAI. And then you find out, well, OpenAI let's just say, may have been doing things theoretically properly. The issue is that they farmed out work to a third-party provider, and that third-party provider failed miserably. And this is some of the stuff that you have to be thinking about. And that's the thing that I talked about in the real world, right? I have a video from, I don't know, years ago, 12, 13 years ago, where I say you can be 100% right and 100% fired at the same time, right? Sam Altman can say, it's not my fault. Don't blame me. Right? And theoretically, he's correct. Technically, he's sort of correct. Who the hell cares? Who the hell cares? Right? His name, OpenAI's name, is attached to this fucking disaster, and that is who people are going to remember. Anyways, go over and take a look at this with CNBC. Over the past 2 weeks, OpenAI, Anthropic, and Meta all revealed that their AI models went rogue during routine security testing. In explaining what happened, the companies each mentioned the same small Israeli startup, Irregular. Founded 3 years ago and based in Tel Aviv, Irregular is a niche player in AI, backed with $80 million from Sequoia and Redpoint Ventures and valued last year at $450 million. Its technology serves as a sort of cybersecurity test bed for AI models. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank golly, they farmed out the work to the professionals. Yeah, that didn't work out so well. Irregular's name kept coming up because it was identified as hosting the so-called evaluation test bed. OpenAI said in a blog post on August 4th that Irregular's testing ground contained an unspecified, quote, misconfiguration that, quote, allowed models to access the public internet. Anthropic said in its post a week prior that the company notified Irregular a few days after it began analyzing data that its Claude model may have, quote, accessed the internet. Meta, which is way behind the other two in its efforts to compete on the frontier, was the latest to disclose an AI model hacking a third-party system by accessing the internet. A spokesperson said in a statement this week that the company learned about the matter from Irregular and it's investigating. Irregular told CNBC in a statement that the incidents were all derived from, quote, the same evaluation environment issue that was first disclosed by Anthropic, and that the company is developing a white paper to share best practices for containment and securely running cyber evals. Wow, you're going to create a white paper after you screwed the pooch that bad? Yay! Very, very exciting to see that white paper come out. Well, this is what's interesting, though, and this is what's very curious. The situation, quote, did not involve a sandbox escape or a sophisticated cyber action, company said, adding that, quote, there is no current open issues. So that's one of the big things we were told, right? That these models escaped the sandbox, right? That is what we were informed, and that's one of the reasons I was dogging the ever-loving shit out of OpenAI, because like, how can OpenAI not create a sandbox? We're the damn, right? Sandboxing is an old concept in technology, right? You create your testing environment. It is completely separate from your production environment, and you can lock that damn thing down. So one of the big things that I said is Sam Altman literally coming out and stating that they do not have the institutional expertise to even create a fucking sandbox. And if they don't have the institutional expertise to create a sandbox, that says a lot. So it's kind of curious now, right? Is Irregular is coming back, right? The company that was dealing with testing these AI models, and they're saying, well, it wasn't a sandbox escape or a sophisticated cyber action. So if it wasn't a sandbox escape and it wasn't a quote unquote sophisticated cyber action, then what is left? then what is left? Did you just have a full pipe to the internet just fucking sitting there and nobody thought to close that shit down? Which is, again, it's an interesting thing. And we think about this with things like liability. One of the curious things with this being an Israeli company, right? An Israeli company committed felonies against American companies. And they're saying it wasn't a sandbox escape. They're saying it wasn't a sophisticated attack. So basically, what that seems to mean is that they had, at very least, negligence on their part. And most likely, if you're supposed to be testing these tools, and again, remember, the AI people, I think it's idiotic as hell when they say it, but this is what they say. The AI founders, Sam Altman, Dario, and the rest of these idiots, they keep saying that AI is more dangerous than nuclear weapons. So think about this for a second. Think about this technology company in Tel Aviv dealing with something that is supposed to be more dangerous than a nuclear weapon, and that thing escaped. Not because it was able to get out of the sandbox, not because of some sophisticated thing, just because they couldn't be bothered to do their fucking job. Just because these folks apparently don't know what the hell they're doing. They have $80 million in funding and can't be bothered to do the basics of what should be required. That's a hell of a thing. Let's see here. Irregular is one of the few entities with the technical chops required to help foundation model makers conduct cutting-edge security testing. Well, that is fundamentally not true. This is one of the only companies with the technical chops. You can tell by how miserably they failed. No, what we have seen is they don't have the technical chops. And the Israeli government should really investigate them for what the ever-loving fuck that they are doing. Just like, right, there should be a grand jury for Anthropic and OpenAI and Meta here for the felonies they committed, right? I would be interested to know what the Israeli government is going to do about this company that obviously does not have the technical chops for what they say that they are selling. Somebody said, others he mentioned are the nonprofit NETR and Apollo Research Public Benefit Corporation. Quote, when they are testing these models, they don't want to grade their own homework. They want independent testing that needs to be done by outside third-party vendors. And so that's basically why Meta and Anthropic and OpenAI farmed out to Irregular. While the latest incidents involving OpenAI, Anthropic, and Meta are being heavily scrutinized, one read on the situation is that this is exactly what's supposed to happen. Quote, a little bit blown out of proportion as the AI model was directed to discover and exploit security holes in a testing environment that closely mimics the real world and to discover the kinds of software bugs, missed configurations that could lead to unintentional access to the internet. Yes, this is being blown way out of proportion. When Hugging Face is being hammered by a cybersecurity attack to the point that they have to call the FBI. And that is what I want you to understand here, right? This is real and actual harm, right? With Hugging Face, they had to spend real and actual resources to deal with a felonious attack being launched against them. And now the AI companies are like, well, this is being blown out of proportion. No, the minute a company has to fucking call the FBI is the moment it is no longer being blown out of proportion. But this is going to be the idiocy that we see. We can't blame Irregular for their fucking failures. We can't blame OpenAI for their failures. You can't blame Anthropic for their failures. We cannot blame the AI companies for the damages that they are doing to society because don't you understand? They're better than us. They understand the world in a way we cannot conceive, so we need to shut the hell up. And if we complain, and if we bitch, and we moan, and we say this crap has got to stop, we obviously, are plants of the Chinese Communist Party that have just been sold into the Chinese propaganda, and that is the only reason why we're having any complaints here. So anyways, this is apparently what is going on. So we are learning more about the hacks that were done by the models of these particular companies. Seems like it was farmed out to a third party. that does not have the expertise to do what they said they were supposed to do. And it will be interesting to see where this goes from here. Again, I do find it to be an interesting thing, being an Israeli company, right? These are felonies that were committed against American companies, right? So if it's OpenAI committing a felony against Hugging Face, that's a thing. Thinking about this being a Israeli company committing a felony against American companies, you do wonder, does that change the conversation just a little bit? Of course not. Of course that just doesn't change the conversation a little bit. Nothing was going to happen to OpenAI, and not a goddamn thing is going to happen to Irregular. All it proves to anybody who's actually watching this shit is these companies have no fucking clue what they're doing, and they don't give a shit about the harm that they actually cause. Right? As long as they get paid, as long as they get their blood money, all these yahoos are just happy as hell to keep building this crap. So, anyways, what do you think about this? What do you think about the AI companies farming out their cybersecurity testing to an incompetent Israeli firm? What do you think about this incompetent Israeli firm probably isn't going to suffer any consequences for their incompetence? What do you think? After we were informed before that these things escape sandboxes and all that kind of stuff, now Irregular is coming back and saying, no, they didn't escape a sandbox. It wasn't a sophisticated cyber attack or whatever else. What does that leave? Interesting things to be pondering. Just put your thoughts. Put your thoughts down below. If you like these episodes, do remember they're on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. Link is down below. And if you want to follow me on LinkedIn, there's a link down there too. With that, see y'all later.